Welcome to the State Police exhibit here at the fair. This is the Special Operations Response Team rappelling demonstration, and you caught the last show for 2017. So without further ado, please direct your attention to the rooftop. This guy is the star of the show. Put your hands together for your host, Trooper Eric, the Irish Hand Grenade Osborne!
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your 13th and final day at the Great New York State Fair. Thanks for finding us at our new exhibit. Thanks for helping us break in this awesome new tower. We are SORT. SORT is not a word, it's actually an acronym. It stands for Special Operations Response Team. We are the SWAT team for the New York State Police, and SWAT isn't actually a word. It's an acronym. It stands for Special Weapons and Tactics, right, Sergeant Barton? Got him. All right. As such, we conduct all those operations that you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. High-risk felony warrants, drug raids, barricaded subjects, hostage situations, dignitary protection. However, we also perform a few tasks you wouldn't necessarily expect out of a SWAT team, including search and rescue, to include angle rappelling and rope rescue. That's what we're going to demonstrate here today. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. If you haven't noticed already, depending on your taste, it's either your good fortune or misfortune you caught the 80s throwback version of our show. This is his soundtrack, Sergeant Jeff Joe Dirt Levin. He's a rocker through and through. Up on the right side, you've got the South Team Commander, Sergeant Pete Iron Man Verdese. On the ropes, direct from Division Headquarters in Albany, the framework of his body has been described as rebar wrapped in leather, Sergeant Derek, the Duke of Schwazurza. Today we're lucky enough to have a sign language interpreter. They do an outstanding job, a fantastic service for us, and they really add a dimension to our show. But today we're going to make her earn her money. Ancillary. Conundrum. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. She nails it. She's unflappable. Ladies and gentlemen, she's got the hand speed of a mongoose from Interpretech. Katie! Up on the second floor up there, we've got our DJ. He is available for weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, and yes, bachelorette parties. Trooper Brian DeRoche. Up on the left side of the tower, you have the North Team Certified Man Tracker, Trooper Ryan the Chainsaw Ordway. That's pretty. And on the right side, you've got the Central Team Commander, Sergeant Cliff. No, I don't play basketball. Wood. Last show, we are wearing those ropes out. All right, folks, while they climb up, I'll go over a little bit about what it takes to become a member of SORT. After you've been a trooper for a minimum of 2 years, you can put in a memo requesting a tryout. If your chain of command feels you might have what it takes, you get to go to a 3-day pre-selection. If you successfully complete that 3-day pre-selection, you go to a 2-week phase 1. If you successfully complete that 2-week phase 1, you may or may not be invited to the 6-month school. Out of those 6 months, 3 weeks are dedicated strictly to rope work. We do standard rappelling, we do rope rescue, getting injured people on backboards, into Stokes baskets, not a dangerous situation. We also do helicopter operations. We do hoist work, fast rope, and we rappel out of helicopters from heights of over 200 feet. To give you a frame of reference, that's a 60-footer. And that's a little over 3 times as long. Thank you, Sergeant Barton. Thank you. It's really adding to the show, isn't it? Haters gotta hate. All right. So as you see guys coming down, you're gonna notice a piece of equipment on their harness. That's a figure 8. That's our descent device. The guys feed the rope through that. That top hand on the rope, that's just their guide hand. Keeps them upright on the rope. That back hand, the one down by their hip, that's the money maker, that's your brake hand. As you open that up, it allows the rope to freely flow through your device, and that's what we call letting her eat. That's when gravity takes over. When you pinch it down on your hip, slows you down, puts friction on that device, and eventually stops you. Telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So we're gonna have Jeff and Pete come on down and demonstrate. All right, as you saw, Jeff and Pete came down. They had that guide hand up top, that brake hand on the back, just feathered that rope through, nice and easy, landed softly on the roof. But, say they're really letting her eat, they're coming down a decent distance. They got that hand open, which allows the rope to rip right through that device. Sometimes you're gonna get loops and whirls in this rope, and you'll see those develop. Your hand hits one of those, it can kick that rope directly out of your hand. You lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day on the road. You lose your brakes up here, that could be a bad day on the ropes, correct? Well, that's where we got Derek here. Derek's not trying to be rude. He's not showing you his back. He's not trying to showcase his well-defined traps and laps. He actually has a crucial role out here. As our senior guy and our ropes guru, he has the oh-so-important, yet not all that glamorous job of rope safety or belayment. One of these guys comes ripping down, they lose that brake hand. He's going to pull on that rope, which is going to put friction on the device, slowing and hopefully stopping our guy. Again, telling you one thing, showing you something different. So to demonstrate, one of these guys is going to be good enough to take a few steps back. They're going to get a running start, and they're going to throw themselves off of that roof with no hands on the rope.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're going to come hurtling. It's happening, Dave. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment, Derek, with his raw power and cat-like reflexes, will engage a belay, stopping that trooper mere inches away from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only gonna need the edge. This is gonna be awesome. Woo! So who's doing it? For real, guys?
Definitely Jeff's turn. It's the last show.
Last show. You think you guys would have an assignment by now? Who's doing it? Somebody's got to do it.
That guy.
I built it up. Everyone's all pumped up. It's got to happen. What are we gonna do?
Left side. Left side.
The puppies are the canine guys? The canine guys got the puppies out? Oh, hey Pete.
Just volunteering.
Hey Jeff, thanks for volunteering. Let's hear it for Jeff. He's a brave fella. Let's hear it for Jeff. All right, so I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then just watch.
Don't you remember what happened last time?
Last time Derek belayed you? Yeah, we all remember what happened last time. But he's since apologized. I believe he sent you an edible arrangement. You're back to work, and I can barely notice that limp. Besides, since you've been gone, his belay success rate is skyrocketed. 60% of the time, it works every time. So what do you say, Jeff? Yeah, that's not great. Hey, D.
Over here.
What are you doing? He's on the sunglass exchange program. He loves it.
I love it.
All right, well, who's doing this?
Right there.
All right. Just hold on. Okay? And when he jumps, you just pull that rope. All right? What's your belay success rate, sweetheart? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. After today, it's going to be either 0 or 100. After this, regardless, she will have a perfect belay success rate. What do you say, Jeff? She looks wicked strong. She's ready. No?
Count him down.
Ah, this guy. Just let me confirm with my associate here real quick. Hey, D. Between you and me, I don't really care how this goes. The fair's over anyway. We don't even need him for the rest of it. Who cares? But if he burns in and smashes into this fresh new side, and your hands aren't on the rope, State Fair 2018 is out for us. Out. Out, like back to work.
No.
Yeah. There we go. I think I got him on board. You're gonna jump on it? I think you had it. I think you would have nailed it, but now we're gonna get Derek on it. What do you say, folks? You want to see Jeff jump? All right, we got Derek here, we got Jeff up there. What do you say? Let's give him a little encouragement, folks. Help me count them in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! And the invert. Folks, just to show you how much control Derek has over Jeff's motion right here, we're going to try an experiment. All you guys with pool noodles, go ahead and grab them. This is going to be the first ever live human pinata. Let it eat. Go beat them up. Get them. Whack them. Schwack them. Schwack them. Get him. Get him. Oh, candy. Yes. Making it rain. All right. Okay. All right. All right. That's enough. Quit dumping it. They'll be out here longer. All right, let's hear it for our pinata swackers. Nice job. Nice job, boys and girls. You nailed it. You nailed it. You'll be able to get it afterwards, guys. Not every morsel has to be scavenged at this point. All right. Wow. They made some quick work of it. We're getting too close. All right. The pinata experiment. Quasi-successful. We'll take it. All right, as you can see these guys coming down, you can get in a bad situation. You can get a little twisted up, get in uncomfortable spots. But as long as you don't panic, as long as you maintain that brake hand, you're not gonna fall. So to demonstrate that, if you look all the way up top, we got Jeff and Cliff. Correction, Ryan and Cliff, and they're gonna come on down. All right, you see Cliff and Ryan come down that standard seated hip rappel that everyone's using, but at this point they're going to transition that brake hand from their strong hand to their support side. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now, even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first into the side. This is what we call the Commando Crawl. The guys go ahead and they can see where they're going before they get there. Hey, Cliffy. And it allows them to see into places without presenting the framework of the body. In a tactical situation, they would rappel with a rope bag so those ropes wouldn't hang below and give the bad guy a warning that we're coming. Once they've gone far enough, if they feel comfortable with what they've seen, they can go ahead and right themselves. Reassume that brake hand and come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Show 3, day 13, the guys get a little punchy. All right, we always stress safety out here, guys. You're dealing with heights, you're dealing with rough edges. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Sometimes people will rappel and they'll underestimate the height of the cliff they're coming down and actually run out of rope. Sometimes they'll get into a position where they can't go up or down. Unfortunately, also sometimes people will get injured. We have to have the means to go get them. We can't necessarily bring a helicopter in. Those rotors get too close to the rope. It's not going to do anybody any favors. And we can't get ladders necessarily to get to certain people at certain heights. So sometimes we got to come down and get them. So if you look up top, we got Jeff, who's going to come on down. All right, say Jeff's working his way down a sheer cliff face in Letchworth, the high peaks, or Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets to a spot he wants to be for a little while. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his descent device. Not once, not twice, but thrice. This is called the tie-off. Once he's tied off, he no longer needs to maintain that brake hand. He can go hands-free. He can invert. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can grab his cell phone, he can snap a selfie, post it to Instagram, do any number of things. Let's say he's up there doing an oil painting or whatever floats his boat, and some rocks kick loose from above and hit him in the head. Where are my rocks? Water balloons, you are my rocks. Go get them. Go get the sergeant. He is our target every time. Close with and destroy. Let it go, let it go, let it go! We got some coming up, some coming down. Get him! Oh! Oh, all right. Let's hear it for our rocks, people. Didn't quite get the arms in this one. That's all right, that happens. Oh, she found some candy. Score. 2018, we're switching to long ball. Oh! I missed it. Sounds like someone landed a good one. So now Jeff's been knocked unconscious. Now Jeff's been knocked unconscious. If he were just a lowly trooper, we'd leave him there and he'd figure out, or he wouldn't. No one really cares. But he's a sergeant, so he's kind of a big deal. Got a lot of time and money invested in him. So if you look all the way up top, we got Pete. Pete's gonna come down, he's gonna latch hands on Jeff and hopefully bring him to safety. As Pete comes down, you're gonna notice he's got a different piece of equipment hooked to the front of his harness. All these other guys had figure 8s. He has what's called a brake bar rack. The brake bar rack is gonna allow Pete to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, the additional weight is gonna be Jeff. Once he gets to a position where he wants to get to work, he's gonna have to perform a tie-off, wrapping around that brake bar rack. If he doesn't perform that tie-off properly, he could fall to the ground and become a casualty in need of rescue. At this point, his positioning is going to be crucial. He wants to be close enough that he can barely reach Jeff, but he wants to be high enough that he'll be able to take all of Jeff's weight off the rope. Now he's tied off, he reaches for that blue strap next to him. That's called a Pickoff Strap, and it's designed specifically for rope rescue work. Pete's going to do a partial invert, hook into Jeff's system, and start to bring him up. Pete's one of the many EMTs we have on our team, so at this point he's going to check the patient for responsiveness. It appears Jeff is alert. You see how Jeff instinctively reaches for Pete's hips and legs at this point? We are a very tight-knit team. We ask no pictures be taken right now. Now Pete's reaching over and it appears he's trying to shake Jeff down for some more of that candy. Thinks there might be some in there. This is an illegal stop and frisk, but it appears Pete has scored. Nice job, Pete. There you go, way to bring him past the ropes. All right, guys, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Good job, Pete. Let's lure him over with some more candy. Nice job. At this point, Pete's got Jeff totally off his line, and he's retained that hardware. Jeff's hoping that all the steps have been done correctly, because at this point, if Pete's done anything wrong, Jeff's going to turn into a human airbag. Pete undoes the tie-off, and hopefully lowers himself and Jeff safely to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pickoff. All right, folks, we've gone over basic rappelling. We've showed you some of the safety measures that we have in place. We've also showed you a very small percentage of the rope safety work and rescue work that we're capable of. However, as I alluded to before, there is a tactical application to the rope work and rappelling we do. Say, for example, there's a bad guy. He's creeping around these fairgrounds. He grabs a kid, goes up in that tower, and he barricades the door. It's a horrible choice of location on his part, but obviously he's made a series of bad decisions in his life to get to this. So he's barricaded that door, and he feels real confident that we're not going to be able to get in there. Unfortunately for that bad guy, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Ryan getting ready to run the recon for the rescue. Ryan's careful to land very gently on that roof so as not to alert the bad guy. He transitions brake hand, slides into an invert, starts that Commando Crawl. He's going to look in those windows for a target or possible hostages. Nothing in that first one, he keeps sliding down. On the back of his harness, you're going to see a canister. That's a noise flash diversion device, or NFDD, commonly referred to as a flashbang. It emits a bright light and loud noise which distracts and disorients any occupants of the room in which it's deployed. Ryan's spotted our targets. He has the bang ready to deploy. So it looks like we're ready for Cliff to come down and effect the rescue. Cliffy's in the window. There appears to be a tussle of some sort. I think the big fella's got his hands full. The bad guy might be getting the better of him. I'm not sure. Is getting physical. Oh, no, folks. Folks, I am sorry you had to witness that clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. Cliff, you know you can't throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. Rules and regs doesn't allow it. He's ruined my punchline. But the manual states it's got to be the third floor or higher. Second floor is not getting it done. That's a better example. Welcome. How are the kids? Billy and Timmy, they're both okay. What a save. What a save. All right, folks, I hope you can tell we've enjoyed ourselves here the last 2 weeks. This is a really nice break for us, especially during this show where we got into a little bit of hijinks and tomfoolery. Thank you for your patience. But at the end of the day, it is a serious business that we're involved in. If you look up on that roof line, we've got 4 shield numbers up there. Those belong to Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. Those men made the ultimate sacrifice while serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve the real round of applause today. You folks have been an awesome audience. Feel free to come forward after the show. We got stickers for the kids. We'll answer questions and pose for pictures. Tasteful, of course. We've got a lot of exhibits in that log cabin back there, and also in our Centennial Museum. You can get your learn on. The Centennial tent's been taken down, but I believe this Trooper Foundation is still available for all your state police swag. Thanks again, and thanks for making the great New York State Fair 2017 that good. Thanks, folks.